I cannot believe the amount of people running with this crap. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. So you guys that have been here for a while, that follow me in this Idaho journey, know this video where I came out talking about some information that was put out by Plunder, another YouTube channel. She came out with some body cam footage that she tried to put Bryan Kohberger's name on to follow along with her own guilters narrative. Instead of being extremely honest by what was happening, she tried to use it as a way to make Bryan Kohberger look even more guilty than he already does to the media, to the public who doesn't go in and dig deeper and follow the court hearings and actually read the documentation. She was pandering to that audience. It was obvious. But in reality, the person that got attacked inside of their home described the assailant as basically a weak, short little bee, okay? He got kicked in the stomach, fled, and was considered to be short. No one is going to consider Bryan Kohberger short. Now, after she posted that and disgusted everybody who's actually been following along by not only this boo-boo that she was trying to pull, but also her freaking source for this. Seriously, if you know, you know, okay? But now, of course, the way that mainstream media does, they get a hold of things late and they try to run with their own narrative. And we have Court TV coming out with a video earlier today, actually just about 4 hours ago at the time of this recording, stating Bryan Kohberger investigated for home invasion report. Now, there's a few little pieces in here that I found sort of interesting, but then again, not really. I don't feel like this has any relevance for a million other reasons besides the fact that the assailant was considered short, okay? Now, in this, one of the guys says that it's very easy for an eyewitness to get the height or something off or whatever.
They've obviously excluded him, but just because he wasn't the right height, I've had witnesses be off by 6 inches on a person's height or weight. So it's not as reliable as people would think.
Okay, well, for one, actually, I'm not even going to be for one. Like, let's just for real here. Dylan is tall. Dylan is not going to say that somebody is tall if they're short. If somebody is shorter than whatever the police officer's height is in the police cam video that started all of this mess, then it's definitely not Bryan Kohberger, because Bryan Kohberger is 6 feet or taller. So no, just straight off the bat, it could literally have nothing to do with him. But it also doesn't do, at least in my opinion, what some of the other people in this video are claiming when it's giving the defense maybe some more legs to stand on, I guess.
Yeah, the term we would call that is an alternate perpetrator. And if I'm defending Kohberger in a case like this, what I'm arguing is whoever it was in 2021 who did this, who broke into this house, what have we got? 10 miles away in Idaho, a man with a mask that is black, the black mask, that has a knife, that doesn't speak. It sounds everything like the person who killed the 4 students. The police cleared Kohberger. It couldn't have been him. It was whoever it was in that house at that time. What that does is it places much more of a burden on the state to articulate what they're saying and not just say, trust us, we have it right. They better need to prove that it's right for a jury of 12.
But let's just be honest. It doesn't work for the prosecution or the defense. I know that a lot of people that are on the Bryan is innocent side want to think that that's a possibility here, but it's really not, okay, for several reasons. Basically, number one is the same for what we just talked about, the description of the assailant. In this older case, before Bryan ever even got to Washington, they are described as short. Bryan Kohberger is tall. The assailant is tall. So you can't say, oh, the person who committed Idaho might also be the guy who did this stuff in Pullman, because the descriptions are 2 completely different heights. And yes, it does matter. If it matters to prove it wasn't Bryan, then it matters for everything else too. It also wouldn't really work to do anything when it comes to the police agency having some sort of incapability either, because it's a different agency. It's two completely different towns, two completely different states. So as much as it would be nice to be able to say, hey, we've got another unsolved situation that seems so similar to what happened here, but we just can't. We just can't. I mean, if they would be honest with us about maybe the number of assailants or suspects, then maybe we could say, hey, maybe there was a tall one and maybe there was a short one. We don't really know about any of that, right? We really just don't. We don't. But as of now, with the guy that's in the body cam footage as the other person of interest in this older case and the description of that assailant versus what we see here, we just can't use it either way. But at the time of this recording, which is December the 26th, around 7 p.m.-ish, there is a subpoena ducis tecum that has now been filed by the defense team. Now, it's only showing up in the case summary page. I posted it on my community tab a few hours ago. It's not available. The document itself is not available for the public to view just yet, but I'm keeping my eye out.
Yeah, those differences in the height could have been part of why they cleared him. It's addition to the fact that he was not found to have been in that area.
So even after that is stated in this, there are still people in the comments still trying to pin this on Bryan Kohberger. So I wanted to share those comments with you guys, just so that maybe, just maybe, these crazy people that have no comprehension skills whatsoever will see this video and maybe realize how ridiculous they sound and maybe start actually thinking a little bit. This person, called Black Cat Bonkers, states, I believe Kohberger is indeed the murderer of the 4 students, and just as strong as that belief is, the belief that the quadruple murder wasn't Kohberger's only crime. 80 likes. Well, I'm going to thumbs down this comment, because there's literally no proof that he's ever done anything else. Literally at all. This is a guy who got fired from working at a fish place because he didn't know how to work a knife. He literally got fired for not being able to use a knife to fillet fish, guys. Seriously, come on. Now, this person under this comment states, absolutely, glad the truth about this vile scumbag is finally coming out. He's definitely the guy. Well, Kath Duncan 9618, tell me, please, how do you possibly think that? Because I'm telling you now. If you went anywhere today where you touched a pin pad by paying with a debit or credit card, where you had to touch an item that was anywhere public, like a door handle, like something on a shelf, you carried strangers' DNA home with you. And anything that was touched by somebody right after you your DNA was carried home with them. That touch DNA on that knife sheath means absolutely nothing to me. Now, this person, this Ruth Diane, whatever, 5583, I've felt that he has experimented before after they've already been told no connection. Nothing. 33 likes. Thumbs down. This Mariana M-06P 3 hours ago. So this man has a prior record. So I would assume he will kill at some point, which he did, which that's not the right witch. The justice system needs to keep him and throw the key. Stay safe, ladies. 10 likes. Thumbs down. Pathinson 4856. Guilty as sin. No question. 54 likes. Thumbs down. Tell me how. Please tell me how. You literally just got told by the person reporting this to you that he was cleared, but yet you still leave that comment. Make it make sense. Please stop making excuses for Mr. K. He's guilty and everybody knows it, says Angela Arana, whatever the rest of that is. What do you mean? What? Stop making excuses. So that means that this person actually did hear the part where he was cleared of this older crime and they're still sitting there marking him guilty as could be. What? Melissa Foster, 9701. His snap is on the sheath. Just gonna leave that one just like that. Broken Wings, South Carolina. They definitely have the right guy, in my opinion, but I'm beginning to worry about whether or not he will ever be found guilty. He knows the law, and I believe he's playing games to keep putting his trial off. Sure. Obviously, this person only pays attention to mainstream media rhetoric. That is wild. This Shoebomb Paul states that this was a warm-up for Bryan. So again, after hearing the same person telling the story claim, well, that height difference and the fact that he wasn't in the area was probably the big reason why he was cleared of this incident. Where's the brains? Where's the brain power? I don't understand. Nat Hank or Nathan K, whatever, 4708. I think he did both. No one will change my mind. I truly believe he is evil. So he shrunk himself down in 2021? Does he have like Alice in Wonderland's magic mushrooms or something? What in the shit are you talking about? Maria Torres 9789 says, whoa, she could have been his first, but he's a wussy and she kicked his ass. No, because it wasn't Bryan, because Bryan is 6 feet tall, not short. Juke 582. Wow, seems like he was going to do a killing before. Chilling indeed. Bro, did you listen at all to this?
Yeah, those differences in the height could have been part of why they cleared him. It's addition to the fact that he was not found to have been in that area.
Nefertiti 0403. Of course this dude's guilty. I can't wait for the jury to come back. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Just to be clear, I'm speaking about the upcoming trial. I just didn't want anyone to get confused. What? Okay. This person obviously doesn't think past mainstream media either, but his car matched the car they were looking for and he was in the area. He is so guilty. No proof that he was the person driving said car. No proof that it was his car. No proof that he was even in the area at all. Orange Marigold says BK may have committed several murders. On what proof? Jeez. James Doyle 83 says he was the one stalking one of the girls. No other people have motive. What? Plus, it's a coded door, not a key door, so it had to be him who killed those students. This entire statement, for one, they literally in court, Mr. Sir, the prosecutor himself has stood up in court and stated the stalking rumors were false statements. We've known that for months now. You can literally comment on court TV 2 hours before I'm recording this, but you don't know what came out by the state themselves months and months ago in actual court. That's funny. And this Ruth Diane person, again, I can easily believe Kay was that person. Again, did he shrink? Does he have access to the Ant-Man suit? How is this apparently working in these people's minds? I know I probably sound bitchy, but I try to have as much common sense in my everyday life as I possibly can. My brain tries to find the logical reasoning behind things. And I cannot fathom a person that can sit here and listen to the facts be said to them, can hear the fact that Bryan Kohberger was cleared of that crime, can listen to the fact that not only was this person short and not fitting Bryan's description, but also very easily fought off by just one person kicking them towards the stomach area. All of that is the opposite of what we've heard about what happened in Idaho. But putting stuff like this in the media is the same thing that got Richard Allen convicted of a crime that he did not commit. Plunder doing this is not helping the situation. She is using this to a guilter's narrative the same way that mainstream is, the same exact way that the people in those comments are, no matter what they are being told. This did nothing. There's nothing here that the defense can use when it comes to helping Bryan, and there's nothing here that can hurt him either. This was literally a huge nothing burger. Besides, again, showing us that these kinds of things happen more often than those areas like to say. But that's it, you guys. I'm not going to talk about this one anymore. I just find it ridiculous that so many people are still falling for the rhetoric and the narrative that this is trying to be twisted into, even though the people that are trying to twist it are blatantly stating that he's cleared. The way that they're wording it, the way they're placing Bryan's apartment as being just a few minutes away from where this place happened, how they keep putting Bryan's name into sentences about this situation, connecting the two when they have nothing in common. That's how they keep it subliminally in here to keep the guilty narrative up. It's an extremely disgusting tactic, in my opinion, and it also goes to show that they know just how weak-minded their actual audience is. But I'm going to leave that comment there. That's it, you guys. I don't know what y'all think about this ridiculousness down in the comments. And like I said, I'm leaving this subject alone at this point. We know it's not Bryan. He's been cleared of it. I just wanted to show you guys that, again, Now that mainstream picked it up, even though it's already been talked about and figured out down here in the true crime community as literally being associated with nothing, mainstream still decided to pick it up and do what they are doing with it. Which is why, in another thing with Delphi, I am completely disgusted because Vinnie Politan is coming out here acting like he didn't know anything about the Odinist stuff, about the people that put the Odin report together, you know, them losing their lives and all the crazy stuff. He's sitting here acting like he didn't know, and yes, he did. Just like they knew about Epstein years before the rest of the world did, Vinnie Politan and Court TV and all those mainstream people knew all about the Odin report and the deaths that came after it. They can pretend all they want to somewhere else. But we're going to talk about that in another video. For now, I want to know what you guys think about this rhetoric and how this is just this huge domino effect, avalanche pile of poop. That's really the only thing. I just can't find any more words. But give me your words down in the comments if you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion. Please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you were not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.